Hello everyone, welcome to this brand new mini course on building an AI-powered WhatsApp chatbot. My name is Wale Okpakunle. I am a software engineer and I enjoy coming up with these use cases for AI. Throughout this series, we're going to learn how to build a chatbot for a real estate customer support team. It will be a virtual assistant that helps real estate agencies manage the onboarding process and also manage tenants and landlords after they've been onboarded. So let me give you a quick overview of what we're aiming to achieve in this course. By the end of this series, you'll have a fully functional WhatsApp chatbot. We'll call this chatbot RentaBot. It will be able to handle common tenant questions and escalate issues by creating maintenance requests. So this will provide a kind of human-in-the-loop experience. The bot will use multiple large language models to provide contextualized information. And you know what the best part is? You don't need to be an AI expert to do this. I'll guide you every step of the way. In today's introductory video, I'll be walking you through the full demo of RentaBot. I'll show you off its different features and I'll give you a sneak peek into the tools that we'll use throughout the course. Now, let's contextualize this idea. Imagine we have a client called Property Mart. Property Mart is a property rental agency that manages multiple tenants. And right now, they need a solution that helps tenants get instant responses to common questions without having to wait for a customer support agent to handle that request. So that's where RentaBot comes in. It will help new tenants settle in without a hassle. Okay, so now let's quickly talk about the stakeholders that will be benefiting from using RentaBot. Okay, so we have the Property Mart customer support team. Obviously, they will have fewer routine inquiries to handle thanks to this bot. So one of our stakeholders is a tenant. We also have landlords as a stakeholder as well. But we'll try and keep it simple. We'll focus on the tenant. So the tenants are end user who wants instant responses about utilities and general inquiries about the property. It could even be that they want to rent a property. Okay, so we have another stakeholder called the property admin. So the property admin will be somebody who is responsible for updating the knowledge base of the bot. So to ensure that the documents or the tables that the bot needs to, update its knowledge is available. Another stakeholder that we have is the landlord and the maintenance crew. So these two sets of people will benefit from having automated maintenance requests delivered to them, and this will save them considerable time and effort. So our purpose is very clear. We want to help rental agencies to provide seamless onboarding support to new tenants by answering routine questions. Okay, our target audience is new tenants and renting agencies. And the problem we're solving is reducing wait times for tenants and improving efficiency during onboarding. Our objectives are very clear. We want to simplify the onboarding process. We want to automate routine interactions and want to provide instant information. Okay, so by the end, we hope that we'll be able to reduce the tenant inquiry response time by 80% and improve tenant satisfaction. The bots will feature AI-powered chat, a knowledge-based search, and automated frequently asked questions responses. Okay, so before we jump into building or demoing, I just wanted to point out that I created a project requirement document for RentaBot to serve as a roadmap for what we plan to achieve. So the PRD covers everything from the objectives to the user personas, the features, the technical requirements, the success metrics we want to use, and the risks. So if you want to use this PRD for yourself, you can access it via the link that I'll put in the description of this video. Just click on the link and it will bring you into this Azure DevOps Wiki page. So I intend to keep updating documents that I use in these kinds of presentations here. So if you want information about something I've put out there, this is one of the best places you can start here. So I'll pop back into the presentation then. All right, so now let's move over to the tools that we'll be using to bring RentaBot to life. First off, we have Botpress. So Botpress is an open source chatbot creation platform. It's perfect for creating conversational bots like RentaBot. We'll use Botpress to design the conversation flow. We'll set up things like intents and we'll give our bot some of its personality. I'll do a deep dive of all the things that Botpress provides. I will show you in detail how to use the emulator, how to interact with the canvas. Okay, so the next tool that we're going to be used is Make. Make was formerly known as Integromat. They've rebranded now. So if you come across that name Integromat and you're thinking, oh, what's this? That's why they were previously known as Integromat. Anyway, Make will help us automate workflows between RentaBot and external services, like things like retrieving documents or sending requests, updating Trello. In this particular instance, it will help us to update a card on Trello. So Make is very easy to use. It has this drag and drop interface that is very, very intuitive. And I will show you how to interact with this, how to set up connections that are, that just kind of work. So we'll make use of Make to connect our chatbot to external tools, in this case, Trello. Speaking of Trello, as I said, we'll be integrating it into make.com. So Trello is an excellent tool for managing tasks, as many of you will know, and project management generally. And in this case, we'll use it to create and track maintenance requests. So imagine tenants report an issue and the bot automatically logs this issue as a ticket in Trello. Yeah, okay. I'll show you how to integrate this into make.com. We'll learn how to use Botpress to trigger a scenario in Make, and then that scenario in Make will update a maintenance request card in Trello. All right, I will be showing you a demo of what you'll be building at the end of the day. Now, just for some context, for this interaction, we'll be using a fictional tenant, Subaru Jama. We'll assume that a fictional tenant called Subaru Jama is reaching out to our bot. Now, I have saved Subaru Jama's information into a table here in Botpress. If we look over here, we can see that we have two tenants in this tenant list table. The first one is Subaru Jamal. I have information about Subaru Jamal, including his address, his email address, his tenant ID, the property manager, and phone number, all fictional. We'll click on Test Your Bot, and here we see it says, hello, RentaBot, yada, yada, yada. To assist you better, can you tell me which of the following best describes you? So it says, I'm going to click on I'm an existing property mat tenant because I want to make inquiries as Subaru Jamal, who is already registered in our tables over there. So we get asked for our tenant ID, email, and phone number, and I will provide that. All right, yes. And here we see we've been identified as Subaru Jamal, and we're asked what we can be helped with today. All right. So we'll be asking the chatbot a couple of questions now. Let's start off with the very first one, which is tenancy agreements. So we'll click on tenancy agreements and we'll explain how I can help you with tenancy agreements. Okay, so we've selected tenancy agreements. I'm going to ask a couple of questions now. When did I move into the apartment? There, it gives us a response. So I have actually inputted a knowledge base into the bot. Just thought I'd mention that as well. So we have a default database that contains things related to that particular tenant. We have the tenancy agreements right here. So in effect, the bot is going through this knowledge base and accessing information that is in the tenancy agreement document in order to provide this output. We'll be seeing how to do that, of course. We get asked again, is there anything they can help with? I'm going to say yes. And I thought it would be interesting to give it a bit of a twist when I was coming up with this video. So I'll go again and select tenancy agreement. And this time I will ask the bot, to tell me 17 questions I can ask about the tenancy agreement. This is something you generally ask maybe ChatGPT or something like that. But this time it is contextualized to what is in the knowledge base, because as a tenant, I may not know what the capabilities of the bot is. But this opens an avenue for the user to perform an exploratory testing of the tool. So I thought it was interesting. Anyway, so it spits out 17 questions that the tenant can ask, and then if you want, you can select out this question. So anyway, I think this is an interesting one. Let's go with this one and see what the answer to this would be. So I have to answer this question first. Okay, the tenancy agreement. Okay, so it spits out an answer. If you're considering subletting your property, it's important to know that you cannot sign transfer. Good. Okay, good. So it's extracted this from the PDF document. So this is actually there. And you can tell by coming here to the inspect button, you can see here, and when you click on inspect, that it shows the tenancy agreement, and it's from here it's selected. So this chunk, it also has 24 other chunks that did not meet the criteria, but it's selected from this chunk here. Moving on. So I'm going to ask it a couple more questions just to show you like the versatility of the interactions that you can perform with it. So this time I'm going to select parking. So imagine if there was a circulation about a new e-permit system and it's a really long document, we don't want to read it, but you have the bot. So you can just come here and ask the question. Nice. So it's saying we'll receive an invitation to register via a QR code. Okay. And when we do that, we should register for an online account upon receiving the invitation. Okay, so about using this flow. So I want to demonstrate how it retrieves the information here. So we want to know who to contact. So it's able to retrieve the support for hyperoptics, their phone number, and their live chat. In order to show another flow of how it raises the maintenance request, I'll first publish the bot and open it in the browser. Okay, so now it's done publishing. So we're going to get the Botpress opened in the browser. So we're going to start typing a message. Hello. Yeah. So we're going to give it Spirit Jamal's information again. And say yes, that's all correct. This time around, I'm going to raise a maintenance request. And then I'll just grab onto the complaints that I have. I'm going to mark it as a critical emergency because why not? Here it asks us to confirm if this information is correct. So I'm going to say, no, you've missed something. And then I'm going to say, so here we say it's updated it to say there's a huge crack in the wall on the 3rd floor. So yeah, I'll confirm here now that it's all correct. And here we see an empathic response. So we say, I empathize with the situation you're facing. I understand how frustrating it must be. So I added this so you can see that if you prompt the tool in a certain way, you can lead it to demonstrate emotions in a conversation. And here I only outputted this so we can see the details that the bot is going to input into Trello. Normally in a real life situation, you may not want to include this. Okay, so let's head over to Trello and see if this information has been added. Okay, so we see here critical bathroom and wall issues. I was here, the wall on the 3rd floor has a huge crack in its urgency, normal. The very first one, which we marked as critical urgency, was marked as critical. All the 3 that we marked as critical were marked as critical. So please address the issues promptly and so on. Yeah, so we've seen the bot now update this information on Trello and raising a support request. The possibilities of these agentic workflows and chatbots are really enormous. I sincerely think that we are only just scratching the surface and that next year is going to be the year of agents. If you would like to learn more about agentic workflows, specifically how to build and customize them, you might want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I intend to do a lot of these videos going forward. Anyway, it's a wrap on that. I'll see you in the next video where we'll be setting up our Botpress project and we'll be looking at files, variables, and the dashboard of the bot. I'll see you there.